Today is Tuesday, May 19th, and today's agricultural fact of the day revolves around the nutritional value that beef can provide when you are trying to maintain a healthy, well-balanced diet. May also happens to be Beef Month, and as one of the resident TikTok agricultural educators, as well as the newly elected vice president of the New York Beef Producers Association, I'm going to take the next couple of days to educate you on the nutritional value that beef can provide if you choose to add it to your diet. Today's agricultural fact of the day: beef is a very nutrient-dense product. It can provide zinc, iron, and protein, which you can struggle to get from other sources. To get the same amount of protein found in a 3-ounce serving of lean beef at 150 calories, which is 25 grams of protein you get out of that, you would need to eat 236 calories of raw soy tofu cubes, 375 calories of black beans, or 670 calories of peanut butter. If you've not seen one of my egg facts of the day before, it's been probably since February since I've done one of these. This is typically done as my daily bell ringer. I don't like to do those in my class, but this is the closest that I get. And I do this in my Introduction to Agriculture class, in my 8th grade Ag and Natural Resources class. And this provides me an opportunity to open up a window to a conversation that otherwise may not be had in some of my ag classes. So we do a lot of ag literacy, where your food comes from, why we do what we do as consumers, and those consuming type habits. So after they copy down the ag fact of the day, we then have a class discussion, and then they will follow that up with a reflection on the discussion that we have. It's very open-ended, something you learned. It doesn't matter what, as long as it's something you learned, and then there's more thought into it than just regurgitating the information that we just read off of the fact. With this one specifically, I directed them into why do they give these other sources as examples? What is the significance here? And it took some poking and prodding, but eventually they got it. Plant-based proteins, if somebody is choosing to not consume animal products in their daily diet, which is totally fine, people do that, but it's very challenging to get certain types of nutrients if you are choosing not to consume animal products. And let's be honest, if consumers had a hand in raising their animal products, such as meat chickens like these, they wouldn't want to consume them. These things are disgusting. Don't get me wrong, I love a good chicken wing. I raise these on my farm at home. I sell them to my customers. My family consumes them. It's just that the raising process gets a little grotesque. This is the first time in a long time that I've raised them completely indoors. I much prefer my meat chickens being raised in a chicken tractor outside where I can move them onto fresh grass every day. The smell is not so pungent. But anyway, back to the beef. This also provided an opportunity for me to really drive home why protein is important and why zinc and iron are also critical in your diet. We touched on anemia briefly, why it is important to make sure that you're intaking enough iron through your diet naturally. If you're not, discuss it with your doctor, because anemia is nothing to joke around with. And then also that there may be underlying health issues that may cause you to be anemic, so it's not always corrected by diet. I try to get as broad as I can with these ag facts of the day because, as my students very well know, I have an excellent track record of getting off of task when we start discussing these ag facts of the day. And quite honestly, ironically, I feel like they learn the most when I get off track and we start down these little rabbit holes. And all I have to say at the end of it, we conclude it, I say, did you learn something? Well, that's what matters. And that's the fortunate thing about the ag teacher. I'm not teaching to a test. There's some flexibility in the things that I do. So although my job requires a lot of work, there's also a lot of flexibility, which is nice because when there are the critical discussions that we need to have about certain things, we can have them.